G'day, I'm Chris and this is Game Chambers. We are back with Wrath of the Righteous. We've just been attacked by the Worldworm and we managed to fend it off, but we lost Ember during the fight and then we didn't have the ability to use Breath of Life on her for whatever reason. I did notice in the patch notes for the patch that came out a couple of days ago that they have made a change to spells in turn-based mode, so I wonder if that will prevent this from happening again. Because we have had issues with Breath of Life in particular, and we do play in turn-based mode, so it is a touch spell. Pretty sure it's a touch spell. Breath of Life. Yeah, so I'm not sure if the bug was related to the fact that it was a touch spell, or if the bug is related to Breath of Life itself, or if it's, well, I'm pretty sure it's a bug, because I can't see why else Breath of Life wouldn't be working on characters that have died within the last round. So it's happened to us a couple of times, so we'll see what happens going forward. Now, after that, with our corruption where it's currently at, we're going to see if we can get to this temple, and hopefully okay, so we'll go in here. We'll heal up. We probably should have healed up before we came in, but I'm hoping that there is a way in here that we can restore. Okay, let's get drinking. A way in here that we can restore. These are separate piles. Let's just drink these ones. I'm hoping there's a way that we can remove corruption from within this temple, so that's what I'm hoping for. We shall find out. And Lou. Come on, Ember, drink. 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 Drink! You're dead. Drink up. Then we better throw down some buffs because there's probably going to be something guarding this temple. And we don't want to be caught off guard. What's this? Oh, that's a great sword. Belt of Giant Strength +2. That's probably not bad for you to wear. Probably better for you to wear though. Although I don't think... Yeah, you're already getting a buff from land, so we'll figure you out if it's... You don't need a Giant Strength belt. Who's not wearing a Ring of Protection? You guys can't wear them. Yeah, everyone's got a Ring of Protection on, yeah, okay. Headband of Charisma. Intelligence and Charisma. Do you use Charisma? You don't actually use it. You don't actually use it. You do, but you've got extra. Do you use Charisma? Yeah. Whoops. I don't know, but you might as well wear the headband because it's pretty. And I'm sure Ivu is not going to say no if I offer to give her a tiara. Or a headband. What do we have here? Pustules. Ray of Sickening. Yeah, it was just the humorous gifts that were given to us by Darren. So, Strength Belt. Get a Constitution Belt at the moment. You have both. You're wearing Strength. You're wearing both. I'll we'll put it on you and then we'll figure it out later. Because the Dex Belt will obviously be useful on these characters to get their saves up. Their AC up, sorry. Yeah, well, and saves, but... And attack rolls, so it doesn't hurt at all. Okay. Let's get some buffs up and running. Do we have any long-term ones in Emerlyda? I always forget. Not really, they're like 1 minute long, or the bark skin, which is, yeah, we won't cast it. So, a lot of our buffs are down and used.
But Desna, please, allow me to keep my lovely, irresistibly beautiful wings?
Actually, it'd be interesting to see if she gets new wings. I can't remember if that was part of the adventure path or if it's something that I added, but we definitely had butterfly wings on Erastil eventually. Ivu and Now's down, so that'll do for now. You need to get... What's your mage armor? We've got another 3 hours on it. And I suppose you can cast on Ivu as well. What's Ivu's armor class now? 34. It's not too bad. I got plenty of death wards. Let's be a little bit more frugal with our heroisms. Yeah, 2 archers. And maybe Emerlyda, just in case she gets hit by an effect that she has to save. It's a minute per level. That's a minute per level. Okay. I mean, minute per level spell is probably not the end of the world here because... Round per level, was it? It is too. That 1 minute per level? It is. It's minute per level. Okay. Get holy swords up on you and yourself. Stow grace on you. Minute per level on yourself. Yeah. Magic Fang on Ivu. And then I'm going to go through all this effort and there's not even going to be an attack here. It's going to be hilarious.
Are we ready to move out?
Visible yourself. And mirror image from your wand. And I'm just not trusting of Death Ward on the front line. And on the main character. Okay. Let's see. See what we have here. I'm hoping to remove corruption, but it might be a bit more challenging than that. Temple of the Good Hunt. Yeah, walking straight. Oh, wait. Okay. The young cleric of Erastil greets you with a shy smile. What an honor it is to see you again, Commander. Welcome to the Temple of Delamere the Blessed. As the temple's prior, I offer my greetings. At the word prior, the priest's flesh flushes pink. Okay. So they've already moved in safely. Interesting. Have you seen anything suspicious in the area? The cleric swallows nervously and lowers his gaze. No, everything's quiet around here. There's nothing good going on in this temple, that's for sure. Pilgrims have said there's a dragon flying around this area, snatching up travellers, and others say it's just a rumour. Things are quiet here in my temple. Okay, I want to know more about this temple and everything connected to it. Where to begin? This temple is dedicated to Delamere. Oh, I mean, of course it is a temple to Erastil, but Delamere was a prior of this temple. I mean, no, I am the prior of this temple, and she's like its blessed mother, its patroness. The young man falls into a confused silence and looks pleadingly at you. Tell me about Delamere. She lived in the past back when Sacrilege was still standing. She was a priestess of Erastil, and the Kellards deeply respected her for her hard nature and her unshakable faith. Erastil blessed her with various wonders, and the common folk knew that she would stand up for them. Delamere did not like city life. She said cities encourage vile deeds and corruption of the soul. She said that people ought to live in small clans where everyone knows everyone, where everyone is kin, and where every person has a duty to the rest. You can't hide your sins in a village. In a village, everyone knows what kind of person you are. She had a revelation, and she would travel around the villages and see how many people lived there. If any settlements had more than 53 souls, she drove out all the rest and told them to settle elsewhere, because otherwise the villages would have grown and turned into little towns. Her methods were harsh, of course, but people still listened to her. because Erastil himself was on her side. She had an edge to her. She single-handedly chased off whole bands of marauders that harassed villagers. There's something very suspicious here. And after she died, this temple was built in her honor, in the place where Erastil gifted her with his relics. They say it was here that a white stag emerged from the forest and spoke to her in a human voice, telling her that she should hunt it, because it was the will of her lord. Delamere tracked that stag for 3 days and 3 nights through the forest, and when she ran it to ground, she made its antlers into a bow and its hide into armor, and the bow never misses. And Erastil himself blessed that armor so it repels the strikes of enemy. Did she really drive people out of her villages? Yeah, that's... I don't think Emerlyda would call it ridiculous, but she's definitely suspicious. There's more going on here, and none of these let us really question the story without flat out calling it out or going along with it. Keado heatedly responds, his voice trembling in anger. It's not ridiculous, it might sound strange, but Erastil blessed Delamere alone, and he gave her wisdom and power. I don't think it's Erastil, but there's no option to say so. I want to know more about Erastil's teachings. Erastil is an old god, back from the times where there was no such thing as towns. Simple he is, and good, and he wants people to be the same. He wants them to live in small settlements where everyone knows each other. He wants them to value the simple joys of life and not vacuous pondering. He wants people to earn their bread honestly, through hunting, crafts, farming, and fishing. He especially prizes hunting, of course, when it is for sustenance rather than sport. He is both stag and hunter. He favours both guises. Erastil does not like finery, and he demands no special ceremonies. He used to simply appear before hunters and rangers and offer his wisdom, but when he is angered he is terrifying. If someone harms the country folk, takes pleasure in hurting animals, or spoils the crops, that person may well take an arrow from Erastil, and his bow knows no mercy. It is the father of all bows, for it was Erastil who taught people how to shoot. What's it like to be a prior? Oh, it's terrifying. I live here alone, you see. People travel a great distance to come here, but I've been given an important task. Here in the World Wound, these temples are needed more than ever so that people don't lose their faith. That doesn't stop my legs shaking in terror. When I think of my teacher Rathamus, rest his soul, I just feel like running away. I swear I would have run long ago, but one thing keeps me here. Erastil would not have granted me these spells for no reason. I cannot let him down, or the people. I can't let them down either. You're a coward, but you're in no hurry to leave this place, even though nobody's keeping you here. I know from experience how scary it is to be alone, surrounded by strangers. You're not as weak as you think you are. You're stronger than most. Let's have a look here. This place frightens you, but you're still here. You should be proud of that. Keado smiles bashfully. Erastil is with me. If my faith is strong, his antlers will protect me from evil demons. He won't let them devour me. Everything is clear. It was my pleasure to be of service, Commander. I need the services of a cleric. I will be glad to help, Commander. I have kept all of Rathamus' scroll, and I even managed to learn a few of his tricks. I study languages so that I can read foreign scrolls. Rathamus used to call me a polyglutton. I never met a foreign language I didn't want to sink my teeth into. The young man seems to preen slightly. So it's the same items as the other 203 scrolls of resurrection. Let's get some more raised dead. I think we're down a little bit on the raised dead scrolls. Why is it so hard to find them? Do we use the last one? No, there it is. We've got one left. Breath of Life, very nice, useless spell. Restoration. Come on, where are we? Spell of Prayer. Cleanse. Freedom of movement. Coin of protection. Don't tell me you don't have any. Oh, you actually got the stuff that we sold at the other place. Let's go by name. Because then we should be able to find a scroll of raised dead. Should be easy, alphabetical. brace dead. There we go. I guess we'll carry 4 of those, so we got 5 total. Okay. Thank you. Now,
Can't hide from me.
is this going to let us cleanse our corruption?
I'm glad I was useful to you.
I'm begging you, don't go in there. Alright, this is very suspicious. The young door lets out a loud scream and addresses you in a quavering voice. I beg you, don't touch that door. Where does it lead? Yada's face goes grey, and he falters and stutters over his words. What, the door? Ah, the door! It leads into the cellar. There's nothing interesting behind that door. Sweat breaks out on the cleric's forehead as he looks at you with bleeding eyes. Interesting, I wonder what this one would have been. You're hiding some terrible secret. If you continue to do so, some of your flock will suffer. Is that what you want? Failed the intimidate check. Bugger. Rolled a 1. Okay. I swear there is no secret. Leave me alone, please. We're not gonna... No. You're a terrible liar. Speak the truth before I lose my temper. Kiadu looks to be on the verge of tears. It's all Zenedra. She's a witch. Cultist of Baphomet. There you go. She came here one night, threatened to torture me, and demanded I let her into the crypt. She said that if her friends would be coming here sometimes, and then she placed a curse on me. If I allow anyone other than the initiated servants of Baphomet into the crypt without her permission, a brood of rats will appear in my stomach, and they will gnaw me from the inside out. But I want to live. I'm no warrior. I'm a humble shepherd. And I never said a word to anyone. They could go in there and do things. They whisper. I'm afraid to go in. And you can't go in. There's no one in there anyway. Zenedra hasn't been here for many days. And Erastil winning, she won't come back again. A cursed witch. I don't know who this Zenedra is, but I'd really like to get my hands on her and have a chat. Or maybe I'd just reach for my weapon right away. It speaks a language all inside its own, but a quick death is too good for cultist scum like her. After all the fear and torment and pain they put people through. After this furious outburst, Steeler comes down again and speaks to Kiado. Stay strong, kid. You're not alone. You have allies and your faith. I want to go inside this crypt. The cleric's resistance is hanging by a thread. His lips are trembling and his voice drops to a whisper. I have the key, but what right do you have to? Okay. So, Angel and Trickster. We can talk about this one. He's out now as an Emerlyda. I mean, she could call upon being the leader of the crusade. Betrayed. Yeah, that's probably, of the responses, that's probably the most direct. Not really one that Emerlyda would use. Now, we're going to go with, you must give me the key so I can do what is right, or something like that. Kiadu guiltily hangs his head like a criminal caught in the act. With a trembling hand, he gives you the key. The final words sound unexpectedly clear and crisp. Don't go in there. I think we have to now.
I shall not be swayed from my path. I finished here. Is there more? I finished here.
So I came here hoping to remove some corruption. Instead, I think I found a dungeon.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
Okay, that's cool.
Can't hide from me.
I finished here. Is there more?
There's a fair bit of stuff around here, so it could be... What's this? Elven notes. Okay, cool. Well, that's for Storyteller, who hopefully turns up at some point.
Is there more?
Incredible dexterity +4. It's possibly useful. You already got massive dex, don't you? What are you wearing? +2 strength, +2 dex. Okay. You're wearing 2 strength, 2 con. And what are you wearing? You're wearing D6 bludgeoning damage on critical hits, or +2 against animals, magical beasts, and monstrous humanoids. So it's not really going to be. It's going to be situationally useful. No, you can't wear them. Or it's a D6 on a crit. Whatever. Okay, well, I was hoping to be able to rest here and remove the corruption, but now I seem to have found a dungeon. Let's attempt it without resting first. I don't imagine it's going to be very big. By the sounds of it, there's not going to be anyone down there. And we might be able to cleanse this place anyway. The bloody remains of a person lie out in plain view. There are marks on the bones left by gnawing teeth, some of them human.
We'll make things right.
Okay. Let's get Death Ward on everybody else. Did I end up with it? Yeah, I do have it on them. As if that's not a hint that there's going to be ghouls or some sort of undead here. I don't know what is. Okay. See if we can't fix this up. Profaned depiction of a bull's head drawn in blood. A diary found in a crypt. Let's have a quick read of this. I'm not going to read it out, I'll just have a quick read through it. Because it's fairly long. Something about Lamashtu. Okay, so someone had a monstrous creature born. Okay, so it might be talking about some sort of monstrous creature that we're going to meet. Glory be to Baphomet, Lord of the Ivory Labyrinth, unbridled consort of Lamashtu, father of the Horn Brood. Connive, maul, rut, and build labyrinths of lies in his honour. This is the will of his chosen priestess, Sanedra. The antler of monstrous proportions set in steel, the beast which it belonged to must have been as large as a house. Burial rites fulfill several functions. They mitigate the psychological strain of parting with the deceased. They neutralize a source of disease-causing miasmas, and they suppress the spread of cannibalistic and necrophiliac acts in a society at large. There are many ways of disposing of a corpse: burning, dissolution in harsh chemicals, ingestion by all members of the community. But by far the most popular method is burial. A grave protects the corpse against carrion eaters, serves as a place of remembrance, proclaims the merits of the deceased, and, of especial importance, when all safety measures are taken, burial prevents the deceased from coming back and visiting their still living relatives. The commander examines the stone sarcophagus resting in the crypt of the Temple of Erastil. It was used as a feasting table for demons until very recently. Bones are scattered across the stone top of the sarcophagus. Some are easily identifiable as human finger bones. A human eyeball floats unappetizingly in a clay bowl, and next to it lies a half-gnawed ribcage. The commander decides. Let's examine the symbols on the sarcophagus. At first, the symbols are unfamiliar to the commander, but our eyes soon land on a familiar combination of letters: Delamere. This is the name of the cleric Kayado mentioned in his conversation with the commander. This sarcophagus undoubtedly contains the body of a priestess of Erastil, Delamere the Blessed. It is unlikely that the young cleric could have read this inscription, written as it is in such ancient tongue. However, the information Kayado provided is enough to help the commander unravel the mystery. On the lid of the sarcophagus, the symbols form a circle. The commander notices that the seemingly solid slab is actually composed of several pieces in this spot. The hairline joins between the fragments are almost impossible to see. In Sarkoris there existed a funeral tradition in which the priest would place magic seals such as this on tombs. The symbols on the seal are threatening. I guard the eternal sleep of Delamere. Cursed be any who dare destroy me. Okay, what are our chances here? So we need an 11 to pass that one. We need a 9 to pass that one. So Erastil could definitely... So Erastil can say that the seal can be pried off with a knife and disassembled. Nenio thinks maybe the seals could be broken. And we could attempt a prayer to Erastil, but... we might try the prayer first. Failed. On the lid of the sarcophagus, the symbols form a... Okay. Emerlyda recalls a suitable prayer, but the stone steel shows no sign of reaction to it. It is likely the priests of Sarkoris worshipped Erastil in their own ways, and the sarcophagus is sealed with some little-known prayer used only in this region. Okay, Nenio. Nenio, can you open this? No. After several failed attempts, Nenio abandons his approach. There is no guarantee that the spells on the seal can be broken at all without destroying the sarcophagus itself or disturbing the deceased remains. Okay. Erastil? Erastil digs the tip of a knife in the join between the seal's fragments. She carefully nudges the blade until the seal clicks and crumbles to pieces and the lid of the sarcophagus slides open. Inside the sarcophagus lies the remains of a female archer. The bones are held together by leather armor covered in the same symbols as those on the sarcophagus, and the skeleton's hands are clutching an impressive bow made from an antler. Surprisingly, there is no unpleasant smell from the remains, so it's been there for a long time. That is cool. That's really cool. So that would mean you could have a Erastil undead bowman if you're a lich. Now, what do we do here? We don't want to take the relics. Well, I kind of do. Because if that's a powerful bow, we have 2 good archers in the party. And the clerics of Baphomet are ruining this place anyway. Removing the remains and the relics to Dresden is not necessarily a good idea because it's a shrine to Erastil. We don't want to move it to a city. That would be disrespectful. And we also don't want to close it here because we have to worry about the cultists of Baphomet, which the bottom one would be the right choice, I think, if there wasn't corruption and attempted corruption going on here. So I think the best thing to do is to take the relics, but it's probably the game's going to assume that we're taking them for personal gain rather than to keep them out of the hands of the cultists. But we're going to do it anyway. Suddenly the commander feels a rush of fresh air out of place in the cellar. It carries the scent of rain, the sound of dense forest, the mighty roar of a mountain river. The commander's body is overflowing with power and the bow seems to yearn to be in her hands, now suffused with an overabundance of strength. The strange sensation passes, leaving behind only pleasant freshness. Okay. So Erastil likes it. We got Delamere's armor and Delamere's bow. Oh, and it looks like everyone was just healed. Did it get back all their spells? Yeah, so we got a full rest out of that. Thank you, Erastil. Okay. Let's have a look. What did you just give us? Delamere's bow is a composite holy +2 bow that entangles. That is amazing. Okay. Yep. Definitely going on Erastil. Now what is the armor? Delamere's armor. It's a leather armor. +3 leather armor allows its wearer to cast spells from the plant domain, as if they were 2 caster levels higher. Okay, not exactly very useful. There's +4 max dex. It's giving you 10 total. This is +6 max dex. So it should actually increase your armor class. Yeah. Okay. And this was just a regular composite +2, and that's a ghost touch weapon, so we'll hang on to that. So this isn't cold iron, but it's holy. And what were you using? +2 keen. Okay, we'll stay with that. Okay, well that was worth doing. Good to see Erastil's got our back. I begged you not to. Oh, Erastil! Oh, right. We probably should have tried to remove curse on him first. I was thinking that.
You're irrelevant.
Bit of a shame. Probably should have tried to remove curse on him first, but... You did betray your flock. Alright. That's given us a bit of a power spike, actually. Did it help the corruption at all? No, it didn't. So we still got to deal with this corruption. Which is unfortunate. That's the whole reason we came to the temple, was in the hope that it would actually let us remove corruption from us. Alright, I guess we now have to make our way back to Dresden because this corruption is getting pretty bad. So we'll go this way. Probably this way. We'll swing back in. Nope, so that's doubling back. Was there a shrine here? I don't think so. It's only 4 hours to Dresden though. Yes. Okay, so this should clear out corruption. And there might be something else in happening. No. Early sunset is in there. I should probably talk to him. We won't sleep yet. We will talk to him first. Okay, so I'm guessing no one new to talk to here. Whoops. About Ivor, you got anything new to say? Nope. Rigel. Alright, early sunset. Early sunset greets you, graceful as ever. What questions are you burdened with? How is your study of my power progressing? Not quite as quickly as I'd like. Still, I can already tell that the key to controlling your power lies in self-control, believe it or not. You are driven by emotion. It may bring visions of Elysium upon you, or it may turn the rock you stand upon into a garden. So far, these manifestations of power have been harmless, but someday you might transform into a fortress wall standing between you and an enemy army. Oh, someday you might transform a fortress wall standing between you and an enemy army into a curtain of fluttering vines. That is why you simply cannot let things run their course. Be cautious and prudent when making decisions. I'll be here for you. I will intervene and ask you if the choice you're about to make is potentially dangerous. Okay. You're not really offering much. Let's go sleep. Fix our corruption. Before we do that, let's check our spellbook. Luckily I did. Alright, so we have one Breath of Life. You should have two. Where'd your other one go? I must have accidentally dememorized it. Oh, maybe negative level screwed us over for a bit there. 4 Bless. I guess there's not really any other spells that I'm using here, is there? First levels are really not getting cast. Should make sure Bless is up every fight though. Your other spells are all good. You don't pair, you don't have any, just don't change. You have an extra one of this level, so got 4 hastes, 2 slows, 1 see invisible communal, 2 displacements, and a stinking cloud. People with constant constitution damage. How much have you got? 1 damage, only 1. Okay, that should go away when you rest. Okay, let's rest. Do we have enough to make any of our scrolls that we actually want? Does not look like it. It's fine. Okay. Hopefully this will fix the corruption. Here is a curious fact about Cheliax. The White Plague is not a disease at all, but a series of murders and suicides orchestrated by cultists. You have just told me a fact that every 5-year-old child in Cheliax knows, and you do not even stop to think before doing so. Your mind cannot keep up with your tongue. Okay. Did that fix corruption? We can't see yet. You know, do we have anything we're supposed to be doing here? What's this one? Feud of the Faithful. I'm not sure what this is. So I'll tell Ramian that Holderun is dead. Oh, okay. Go to the Heart of Mystery. The Dragon's Fate. Find something else. Okay. Alright, so let's go and have a look more around outside. I don't really care about luring out the dragon with our bounty hunter. I know we paid him 2.5 grand to do it. But why do I want you in the party? Okay, so we did a loop around the top here. Let's go back here. And then we'll head south. We could have gone south there too, actually, looking at that. Evade those enemies. Oh, there was a... Let's see what we got down here. Okay, we will have take a rest here. Yeah, happy enough with that. I'm angry with myself for not realizing there was something off about Nara, but I feel sorry for her too. If things had been different for her, she would have made a great ally, not just another lost soul for the Abyss. You think people like her can change? No. She picked her path of her own free will. Okay. Is this going to take us a Shrine of Sacrilege, hey? Can we get to it? I don't like how far it travels you before you get a chance to see that it's not going the way you want it to go. How do I get to... Oh. That's where we've already been. Idiot. Okay, well let's go into the Winter Sun. Don't remember what this one was about. Oh.
A success worthy of praise.
Okay, although the blight has consumed certain plants, some magic is protecting the area and keeping the decay from spreading. Alright, let's do the buffing ritual for a new area. Barkskin for Nal, Barkskin for Sealer. Oh. It's all from you. This one, Veil of Heaven and Aura of Greater Courage.
You call?
You can Barkskin on Aivu. And you can long strider yourself.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
Now you can cast Barkskin on yourself. And Erastil. Feather Step Mass. So that's a 10 per level, I think, yeah. And Greater Magic Fang on Nal. And Avu. Ivu.
Anything new?
Hey, get your Mage Armor on. Get your Invisibility on. Get your Mirror Image on. Get your Mage Armor on. Death Ward on Sealer. Emerlyda. 2 more later if we have to. Heroism on our damage dealers and on Emerlyda. Okay, what spells did you have? You do have spells. There we go. Alright, let's go have a look around here. Missing Scouts Camp. This camp is abandoned and there are no signs of struggle anywhere. The camps indicate that the Crusaders left willingly. So this, I think, is... there was one in here. Is this one Final Sunset of Wisdom? Yeah. Crusader Patrol has vanished. So that's this one, I think. We don't follow a river, do we? Ferocious Smilodon. We are in turn-based mode. Cool. So this is probably going to be a pretty scary beast. It's by itself. What? Level 17 animal. Pretty high saves. AC is not too bad. And it's now blinded. So let's drop its saves. Saving throw failed. Cool. Oh, he's got friends. Alright. So the holy weapon's not going to matter here.
I will resist.
Another one coming up. Okay. So he's got quite a few friends. So they're definitely not evil, are they? But it's neutral, yeah. Alright. So we... Okay, so that one's now asleep. I get them both in this? I can. We got evasion. Okay. Where was Nenio's turn?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
The light take you.
That one's asleep. It's good. We will do a haste. Oh, Nenio just blinded it, that's right. Yeah. Blind that one. Now, do we drop its saves and then put it to sleep? Or do we drop its attack rolls? What were its attack rolls? Curiously. Plus 24s, so I can drop it to plus 20s. It's still going to hit Sealer a lot, but it's probably going to be... Keep failing at saves, I should just be putting them to sleep. Alright, straight onto Erastil.
Prepare yourself.
Poor Bismuth. Not that I really care about that. Okay, so bringing that one down. Let's just try and put this one to sleep if we can, and we got it. Cool. Okay. So we don't actually have anyone good at coup de grace anymore, I've just realised. So we'll delay until after Sealer. The Sealer can do the coup de grace on this one. And then might as well attempt to intimidate him.
You won't survive me.
But now Lan can pour on some fire. Don't really want to use too much on these. They're kind of under control, but Glitter Dust is good utility. She's not going to hit with the bow. But at least get a... Yep, so it's failed. So it's going to be stunned for a round now. Made a save there, but that's fine.
Desna, guide my hand.
She's got really good bonuses to hit these things. Okay, we'll keep attacking on this one. Yeah, let's just move on in, and then we can just Burning Hands it, and that should finish it off. Right, you can evade whilst on the ground, of course it can. Okay. Cool, can we get to that? No, we can't, so let's just surround it. Delay until after you... okay. Alright.
Surrender or
It's just everyone try and attack it. Only one attack. Okay.
into the fray.
Endure this.
Okay. It was Smilodons are quite nasty, aren't they? Now, do you need a bit of healing? It was a bad pounce you took, wasn't it? Alright. Oops.
I sense something. I will prove my worth.
Now, what's going on here? This horse clearly belongs to the missing Crusaders. Interesting looking mist here. Oh, this map is actually quite big, isn't it? Very hard to see where this map actually goes. Some bear cubs. I know. The bear's been killed. Looks like the bear was killed using magic, and ice magic at that.
Always be ready for the worst.
Do we have... animal empathy or anything like that? Can't see anything that looks like animal empathy. I don't really want to just kill off the bear cubs either. Clearly not hostile. What is this treant fighting? Is it fighting or is it just upset? Let's have a look. It's a plant. AC is pretty decent. It saves at garbage. It's immune to paralysis, sleep, stunned, polymorph, mind affecting, compulsion, poison, charmed. Okay, immune to a fair bit. Its attack rolls are not that great. Got lightning storm. Multiple core lightning storm. Damage reduction, slashing, and good. Okay. Is it evil? It is evil. Okay. Vulnerability to fire. Electric and cold resistant. Okay.
your peace.
It's not that scary, at least to her bow.
Make every strike count.
Yeah, Diana, you're really starting to taper off compared to... What happened there? Why'd you fall over? Null tripped you, okay. Okay, let's get a breath attack on him then to start with.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
And let's just use a normal restoration on Null.
Magritium Turinos.
Yeah, that should be enough. Okay. The Blighted Treant just doesn't tell us much yet, does it? We've got here. The writing in common reads, so that young ears may hear old wisdom. We hide it, scattered amongst many caches. Youth enjoys guessing and seeking. Youth does not. Well, I guess I'm not young anymore. But I don't enjoy guessing and seeking. We're all still in good shape.
You require my
Nenya
unbiased
is not
opinion.
invisible anymore, so let's fix that.
Mystery of ourselves?
The statue is decorated with a runic script. Don't recognize that.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
Let's see what it says. Knowledge world.
Success worthy of praise.
The inscription in Halit, the language of old Sakura, says, "May you be forever joyful, Lady of the Sun." Someone brings flowers to the statue regularly. Some bouquets are dry, others are a little wilted, and one is fresh. Well, I think we found our missing crusaders. Let's find out what's going on in here. Bunch of druids, perhaps? Tree has been sure. Let's check the high ground first. Ancient blighted quickwood.
I
Oh,
will
Yet
resist.
another obstacle.
okay. That's an evil plant. Again, high fort, low everything else. Really high saves on this one. Damage reduction against good as well with a fear aura. Also has a friend, Ancient Blighted Quickwood, behind it. Okay. Immune, I should check. Mind affecting, of course it's immune. Whoa. I got crit, that's why it hurt so much.
Prepare yourself.
Okay. We are going to have to do something about that. Assume they're immune to sleep. Of course they're immune to sleep. So let's drop its armor class. Of course it's immune to evil eye because it's mind affecting. Damn. Okay, these things are going to be tough, actually. We've got a second one coming up. Alright, so they are vulnerable to fire. What can we do to help ourselves out here? This is bonus damage. Aspect of the Falcon. Emerlyda. So, let's get down to Bless. Sealer, you got 5 smites. Let's smite this first one. Ugh. That's not good. Okay, Nenyo. Most of what you do won't work on these things, will it? They're immune to fire as well. Immunity, fire, and electricity. Cold resistance. Okay, yeah, that's... oops. Should have made sure of that. That was a plant. Alright, I'm starting to think I'm not supposed to be here. Okay, share that out. Alright, Ember. That's the way. Painted Sap is going to be annoying, even with is Death Ward still running? Yeah, it doesn't prevent. It means you negative damage. It doesn't prevent you losing stats, though, apparently.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Ooh, struggling to get through that, aren't you? Alright, keep your breath alive. I got this ability turned on. Turn that on. And summon a Holy Manticore. Okay. Activate that and heal yourself. And Nenyo, you've pretty much got nothing you can do here. Not much at all that you can do here, is there? They mean to magic missile? Pretty much. Jeez, Urushalay. Could you have run any further? Ah, failed to get over through the spell resistance. Taking a lot of stat damage from this sap. Gee. Okay. We're gonna get them, but how many of these are in here? Oh, both my archers. Fleeing with haste on. It's perfect. Alright, let's drop this down. Fix up some of that stat damage. Why don't that work? There we go. Thought we took someone's sealer. Oh, I was Ivu, the rest of it was on, and Ivu's dead. Okay.
Into the fray!
Immune to blindness. Right, back you come. Let's just throw... Can I hit him with a Scorching Ray, actually? No. What's wrong with you now? Oh, you're nauseated. Send people running in terror again. He's... Let's turn that on. So if it makes us make any more saves, at least we can get some health back. Run, Daniel! I'm guessing, no, you're not gonna run?
Guide my hand.
You need to roll quite well to hit though, don't you? I suppose instant enemy has probably worn off. Still nauseated. Now is down.
Survive me.
Alright. Oh, so that just keeps going. I don't want to waste another summon, but... Where's its health? It's getting close. Can we hit it with this? No.
The light. Take you.
Shit.
Make your
Nenio's in trouble. Sort of was an attempt there. Okay, so I accidentally forgot to restart the recording, which is probably good because you missed the, well, it's probably bad actually because you missed me getting extremely annoyed and frustrated at this game's implementation of fear, the Paladin Aura, and the Paladin Aura of fear immunity. So characters within range of Scylla, as we can see here, under the Aura of Greater Courage. Until the end of the duration, all allies within the aura are immune to fear, magical or otherwise. It doesn't have any effect if you do not have the Aura of Courage ability. We go to Scylla's class. We go down here. She has Aura of Courage. So, with the Greater Aura active, which it currently is, we can see it right there. Everyone within range should be immune to fear. Now, in the fight that we had with the trees, some of our party members got feared, so Nenio, Erastil, pretty much everyone got feared. That's fine. As soon as they come within range of Scylla, they should stop. Now what ended up happening is they ended up fleeing into a group of babaus and fleeing through attacks of opportunity. The fear status will not make you flee and incur attacks of opportunities. It will make you instead cower and take penalties. So one problem is the fact that they are fleeing into and through enemies. The other problem is they are fleeing once they are within Scylla's Aura of Courage. So I ended up losing multiple characters. Lan ended up dying. Nenio ended up dying. I think Ember ended up dying as well. So fully dead because of fear and the not working Aura of Greater Courage. So I'm not going to take 3 character deaths, because of either A, bugs, or B, incorrectly implemented rule systems. So I loaded, but unfortunately I still had the recording paused, so we did miss that little bit of entertainment, watching my characters run around through a group of babaus, copying sneak attacks left, right, and center, and all just ending up dead, while Sealer stood in the middle of them and didn't manage to grant the immunity to fear like she's supposed to. So we will pick this up next time. It even shows you the buffs on her there, so that's interesting. So we will pick it up next time. We'll fight those things again. Did we have? I think we even have remove fear as a prepared spell on somebody. Or is it no longer prepared? Is it not even a spell that I could... Yeah, okay, so I should probably have that prepared. Let's put a couple of them down there. So that would help there. Just because it lets you suppress the fear effect, but it won't matter for this fight. But you would think, though, that the fact that we have the Aura of Greater Courage running, that would help us get through that fight, but it did not. We need to revisit Nenyo's spells a little bit. She's really just a haste bot at the moment, because everything saves are too high for this stuff to be useful. Maybe we just need to try it more often, go for the luck. At any rate, that was incredibly frustrating. Sorry I forgot to actually record the downward spiral of the fear effects, everyone running to and fro past Sealer's immunity and through attacks of opportunity. So we will check it out. What happens next time? We'll complete this fight again. We will be more cautious of what the fear effect does. Probably not going to use haste, just so that it doesn't cause us to run ridiculously far. And I'll probably try and keep us grouped around Sealer, because by the looks of it, the implementation of the Aura of Greater Courage doesn't actually suppress the fear when characters move into it whilst feared. It only seems to prevent the receiving of the fear debuff while you're within that aura. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like the content, please hit the subscribe button down below, and we'll see you in the next episode.